Okay, anyway. Next, where's Lauren Chen? Maybe we could add Mad Mad as a voice. That would be good. That would be good. She's live on Facebook. What the on Facebook?
In right here, Jimbo. Come watch me show more time.
She has a kick?
Link.
No way. It's happening. Anathema. Something reviled, loathed, and
Jimbo
violently
already dating a Filipino.
shunned. Okay, we're waiting for this to start. Well, we do that. Let's play, I don't know, something else in the background. Bro, I need like chill music. I'm just crashing out today. Oh, everyone's just so obnoxious today. Load. Oh my gosh. Bro, now Twitter doesn't work. Okay, there we go.
Jimbo would never be able to beat Super Mario Brothers.
Call of Duty creator Vince Zampella's cause of death is revealed. Yeah, I wonder. Wow, I wonder what it was. You mean the guy that was driving a car like 100 miles an hour and hit the fucking barrier and the car exploded? Huh. Exclusive! What happened? I gotta know. Man, I gotta know, dog. Please. Bro, this isn't even... Do you see these? This isn't even like just random accounts. These are like all right-wing accounts just posting borderline porn. Like across the board. This is just like Roipers, Roiper adjacents, right-wing people. This isn't even my algo. That's fucking lefty crypto. I mean, that one is, to be fair. To be fair, that's my algo. My algo is good. You are right. You are right. Because damn. I just cook. Look at this. I don't even... We already saw that. Bro, how long is this fucking... Does she think she's Nick? You think she Nick Fuentes? How long is she gonna make us wait here, bro?
Lauren Chen.
Oh, she heard me.
No sympathy
She
for
heard
her.
me.
Lauren Chen.
CBC News reached out to Chen, but she declined to comment.
Lauren Chen.
Chen's YouTube channel has over 500,000 subscribers.
You can call it honeypotting or whatever, but this is an attractive Asian woman.
Lauren Chen.
They were persona non grata.
Call it
They
whatever
lost
you
their
want.
social media accounts, their reputations were shredded, their bank accounts frozen.
Lauren Chen.
I want to be clear that Lauren Chen and her husband have not been indicted.
The whole Lauren Chen thing. Fuck her. Yeah, fuck her. I don't want.
She's a troll.
Glenn Beck's company said it fired her.
Fuck that troll.
The feds usually get their person. They've got really draconian penalties, unlimited resources, limited discovery for defendants, and that's why they win about 98% of their cases. And unless your name is Mark Cuban, you're likely going down.
Facts. Damn facts.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm a noob. Hi, guys. Welcome to... Oh my gosh, I'm echoing. This is so, of course, like me. Welcome to Anathema.
Dude, she's nervous. She hasn't done this.
Still
Such a
trying to figure out
noob,
why
dude.
I am echoing, but thank you all so much for
Gosh.
listening as I try to figure
She's
this
such
out.
a noob, man.
Check 1 2. Okay, we're good. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. We have so much to talk about. Oh my
Joy or
goodness.
riot?
We have to go over Florida finally implementing a ban on EBT being used for food stamps.
Wow.
We're also going to be talking about
What?
legislation in Louisiana
Finally.
aimed to combat homelessness. There is a Wasian civil war. Pragmata, a new game, is trying to encourage, it seems, fatherhood in young men. And for some reason,
Based.
people are mad about it. And I would also like to go over a few things that I'm really liking right now, lest anyone accuse me of being a negative Nancy. But before we get into that, I do want to take some time to just kind of chat with you all and clear the air about a few things, specifically why this show is called Anathema. And now this show and even this episode, it's not going to be all about me. I find myself to be a very boring topic. I've never liked being in the news. I like to just discuss the news. But obviously, it's been about a year and a half since I've streamed, and a lot has happened since then. Now, if you are watching right now, oh my goodness, I see you guys in the chat. You're going to make me cry. I love you guys so much. If you guys are watching right now, just know that you are amazing. And I am so thankful for you.
Mommy, is your tongue okay? Mommy, is your tongue okay?
I was a YouTuber,
we love you.
As you probably
Show your
know,
tongue. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to make me cry.
In September of 2024 at the center of a pretty significant legal scandal. And we're not talking about, a cute little civil suit or a quirky sexual assault allegation. No. We're talking about big boy allegations. Then Attorney General Merrick Garland, Cliff's Note version, essentially accused me and my company of trying to subvert the presidential election.
Fuck that asshole.
Yeah, awkward. And what followed was basically the government and the corporate press attempting to ruin my life. After Merrick Garland gave an entire press release about how my company Tenet was propaganda and how our hosts were being fed talking points to sow dissent amongst the American people. Obviously not true, by the way. I was very soon after that unceremoniously let go of all of my professional contracts. I was banned from YouTube with really no one reaching out to try to get my side of the story. It was all very final. What else? The FBI also froze my bank account, including money that had nothing to do with Tenet that had been brought in from either our savings or contracts with the Blaze and TPUSA. And basically, I was persona non grata because the Biden administration was trying to paint a narrative that I was a Russian spy,
quite frankly,
who was trying to somehow rig the election in favor of President Trump. Now, I don't mean to belittle myself, but the idea that I could have, as a person, any meaningful effect on the outcome of the presidential election, flattering to say the least. But turns out those are allegations people take seriously, regardless of how unfounded they are.
Turn off the TDS, close that.
By 4 different financial institutions across 2 different countries.
Unmute that one.
When
Open this.
The American government started making all these allegations that also encouraged the Canadian government to open up their own parliamentary inquiry. And I mean, basically, I was in the eye of Sauron for a good 6 weeks.
Oh, dude,
according to my
Steam's
lawyer, my very
offline right now because it's Tuesday.
We were basically the biggest story, the biggest legal case in the country at the time. And, in hindsight, 2020, now that we're a year and a half past all of this,
that's just a groiper.
It seems all ridiculous. It seems laughable. That's just a groiper. Honestly. I mean, we ran a YouTube channel, for goodness sake, but understand that at the time, everyone was freaking out about this. I was essentially public enemy number 1. And as you saw by that little reel we put together,
we never gave up on you.
People did not hold back in condemning me. I was called all sorts of things, death threats. People went after basically everything about me, my family, my ethnicity, my looks, you name it. And, now that all is said and done,
that's so messed up.
The investigation was closed.
That's so sad,
There hasn't really been a lot of retractions. There haven't really been any apologies. The media outlets that reported so widely on the allegations when they happened at the time, almost none of them, in fact, I dare say none of them have really issued clarifications about how this investigation led to nowhere, with no charges against me or my husband.
Wait, did Gaben
put anything
dude,
else.
He put Steam back online just for me.
That brings
just
us
now.
to the name of the show.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's been a year and a half since I've streamed.
Thank you, Goat.
After the year anniversary of, the FBI raid on our house, I did come back into public life. My lawyer, if he had his way, I would never say another word publicly again. He's made it very clear that there are still people in the government and these alphabet agencies who do not like me and who are just waiting for a reason to try to ruin my life again. But, you know, it
Dude,
didn't
you know what
sit
she
right
looks
with
like?
me.
She looks
Basically, the
like
entire
Asian
world
Michaela Peterson right
believing
now.
that I was
With the
something that I
bangs and
wasn't,
stuff, you know?
which is why I did decide to come back out and speak publicly,
You know what I'm saying?
try to clear the air a little bit. But, you know, 6 months after coming forward, I still didn't have a show, and I kind of decided that it was
My voice
time.
is
You know,
so cooked.
I've been
I have no
making
vocal
YouTube
control.
videos for 10 years. And so
Oh, I know what I'll
it
play.
almost felt strange to me to not be doing this,
Xbox.
talking to you guys on camera, commenting. And so I knew I wanted to start a show again, and we needed a name for the new show. I thought Anathema seemed apt, but you know, I did. My husband, my mom, people asked, that's kind of negative.
Man, I deleted it. Fuck.
What's with all the negativity? And I know it sounds negative, and I'm in such a better place now than a year ago or even 6 months ago. Life is slowly getting back to normal.
Don't mention the
part
husband.
of that is thanks to you guys. But still,
We gotta forget about that part.
What happened a year and a half ago changed me. It did. It changed who I am as a person. I don't want to pretend that it didn't happen, because it did. And I think this whole show basically is shaped by the fact that the FBI raided my house and they accused me of trying to subvert an election. There's a reason why we're not on YouTube. There's a reason why I'm not with the Blaze or TPUSA. Like everything that happened has affected my life. And I don't want to pretend that it didn't happen, because it certainly also affected my views. Not that I was pro-government or pro-media before, but if possible, I'm even more cynical. And so I kind
That's
of
so
wanted
messed up, Queen.
this show to
We never
reflect
gave up
that.
on you.
And yeah, they tried to destroy
we're
you
so real.
like they tried to destroy Nick. That's certainly true. And can I say, I was never on board with the cancellation of Nick Fuentes. And for what it's worth, I did, you know, do my
She's
small
reading
part
this chat
to speak out against his deplatforming and his unpersoning. But having gone through what I went through, I can now even more appreciate what it must have been like for Nick Fuentes at the age of 18
So
to be canceled.
She's
as
really reading the
forcefully,
kick
as
chat where they're
broadly
spamming.
as he
Mommy,
was. Because I mean, it really is.
Mom.
It's scary. And, you know, I went through it as a full-grown adult who had already had an established career.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I
can only
support Lauren
imagine
with
how
both
hard it
hands
must have
right
been for
now.
him to go through that as an 18-year-old.
Crazy how she's trying so hard to look white.
You
I
know,
don't think
what
she
the
is.
media
She's
and
half
even people in conservative media, what they do to you when you're on the blacklist, when
She's
you
only
are
half
persona
Asian.
non grata, it's evil and it's vicious. And thankfully, though, because of, you know, platforms that are more pro free speech, I'm right now on Rumble and Kick. There's only so much they can do to cancel people that they don't like. But yeah, I guess that's my little spiel. And if you want to know more about what happened with all of that, if you're new here, I've also done several interviews about this. Again, I don't want this all to be about me. I've spoken to Dr. Drew, did a video with him talking about everything. I think that was my first interview back. Since then, I've also been on InfoWars. I've spoken with Mr. H reviews, Nate, as well. But I'll try to leave some links, maybe on Facebook or X after this, if you want to get caught up more. But speaking of everything, if you are interested in helping out with our legal fund, we are still running a GoFundMe for our legal fees. And that's the thing. So hang on, let me pull it up.
We will be there. We will be there, Queen.
Screwed by the feds. FBI comes, raids our house, takes all of our electronics. First thing that I'm trying to do is basically find a lawyer. But here's the thing. I don't have a lawyer. Well, I mean, I have an immigration lawyer. I have a contract lawyer. I don't have a criminal defense lawyer. Heck, I don't even know anyone who has a criminal defense lawyer. So I had to try to find one. But lawyers are expensive, and it's kind of hard to pay for them when the FBI has frozen your bank accounts. And I've had people ask me, Are you going to be suing anybody for what they did to you? Either the government or the media for smearing you? What you guys hopefully will never have to understand
Sue the
firsthand
CIA.
is how extremely
I'm gonna
expensive
sue
the legal system is.
the
I
US
have
government.
never been charged with anything. I have never gone to court, and yet I still spent 6 figures in legal fees. Because here's the thing, when the feds raid your house, obviously you're going to want a lawyer, but when the AG personally accuses you of trying to subvert a presidential election, you're going to want a good one. And that's not even to mention the fact that I ended up also needing a Canadian lawyer because of the whole stupid parliamentary thing. So we got a really good American lawyer. We only had enough money for the one really good lawyer, so our Canadian lawyer was pretty good. But anyway, I wasn't even in
Fucking
Canada
loser.
physically. We felt it was okay.
Loser
to
ass
try
lawyer.
to save
Fuck
money
that
there.
guy.
But all of that to say, givesendgo.com/Lauren Chen if you guys
Fuck
were
that
interested.
loser
Here,
Canadian
in
lawyer.
exactly what happened
USA
after that FBI raid and during the time when I was not on
they
social
have the
media.
automod
We
on.
have a whole statement.
You can't
on
be
there
anti-Canadian.
that you can check out. There we go.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's a bit of a read, but I recommend you.
We are
check it
sending
out
money
if
to
you still
her.
have any
Yes, we
questions. And
are
also,
all
I'm
doing
trying
that.
to look at the chat as I'm streaming, but I'm so painfully aware of how out of practice I am at this whole streaming thing that
you're doing
I've forgotten
great.
how to multitask. And actually, I've always been a boomer, so I can't even pretend like, oh, I used to be really good at this. Not really. Technology has never been my forte.
Someone bless her Cash App.
23 says,
Someone
saw the
bless her
video of your
Cash App.
interrogation by the Canadian Gestapo. Yeah, that's right. So I was basically subpoenaed by Canadian Parliament, which is when
Dude, don't glaze the
they
hair.
drag
That's the
you
one thing we disagree with. She needs to grow
before,
out the bangs because it looks
MPs
bad.
to be questioned. It's kind
But
of like a
that's
congressional hearing.
neither here nor
But
there.
I didn't have a choice to be there because I was like summoned. And that was an uncomfortable position because my lawyer has been very clear, don't say anything publicly. Obviously, that's what any lawyer will tell you if there's any type of investigation. But especially don't say anything publicly when you have hostile politicians who are trying, I don't know, to make a show out of this hearing so they can prove how anti-Russian they are. It was just a mess. Anyway, that was I've disassociated. I'm not going to lie. I disassociated from a lot of the stuff we went through, including that. Like, I still forget sometimes that happened, but yeah, that did happen.
Damn.
In any case, enough about me, at least for now. I will, if you guys have questions throughout, I'm going to try to keep an eye
Space
on
Warlord
the chat.
Baby Trading Simulator.
A lot of people calling me mommy.
That looks good.
I'm guessing that's a young person thing. I'm going to take it as a compliment.
That's,
but let's talk
that's a
about
thing.
EBT, about food
we
stamps.
Love Asians.
So ever since Trump has come back into office, food stamps have been a pretty hot topic. There's been a lot of discussion about all of the waste of the federal government and state government too. But food stamps are something that a lot of people, I think, have become a lot more cynical towards.
Dude,
and just so
the
automod
doesn't let you say you love Asians.
You know, I'm pro small government.
Explain
I'm
that.
anti-welfare state.
You can't love
However,
Asians now?
If
that's hate speech.
There was a food stamp program that was managed smartly that really was going to the
Asian
people who
hate.
needed the most. We're talking about the disabled, people who are only on it temporarily. I probably wouldn't have as much of an opposition to that. Not that I would necessarily support it, but I'd be like, okay, fine. An example of this is, in Hong Kong, it's a city state, so not really comparable to America, hundreds of millions of people. But in Hong Kong, there's a flat tax of 15%, very low. Plus, we still do have, these types of social programs. You can have government assistance. There's government
1984,
housing. And
just
because
like
it's such a
CNN
small
Groyper
amount
warned
that's
us
being
about.
paid, it's fine, go nuts. But that's not the case with the way the American food stamp system now works. Actually, I looked this up. Right now,
let's just play a Roblox
the number of people on food stamps is in, around 40 million, which is insane to me. That's a lot. And we always hear, especially when progressives or
Damn,
Europeans
that's a
talk
lot.
about America, how
It's
there's
fucked up.
basically no social safety net. If you're poor, you just get fed to the wolves. That's untrue.
Pinheads and patriots, just like Nick warned us about.
So clearly there is a robust system. And if you've ever watched Caleb Hammer, who is like my new guilty pleasure right now, if you don't know, he runs the show called Financial Audit. And
Pause.
it seems like basically everyone on that show
Street
is
life.
on food stamps. You could be on food stamps if you're working, spending a lot of money other places. It kind of seems like everyone is just getting them. And I think that's what has started to frustrate people, because there are people who pay taxes who, you know, don't buy as many groceries as they want, or maybe they don't buy all the groceries that they could be buying, like treats or sugary sodas, because they're trying to save money. And for someone like that, when you then
we gotta get
go
on food
home
stamps.
after a long, hard day of work,
Wait,
and
is she
you're on
red
social
pilling us
media,
on this?
and then you see people,
You're telling me
who
I wouldn't have
aren't
to pay
employed
for my
buying
fucking
all the
Walmart
things that
orders?
you are denying yourself to
Wait
be
a second.
financially responsible. It's
I
upsetting.
could have free
It's
Walmart
upsetting
orders.
to say the least. And so in light of that, there has been a big push among the Conservative Party, but also generally amongst the people who support Make America Healthy Again. There's been a
EBT
push
maxing's crazy.
to make it so food stamps are not applicable toward junk food. Now,
Can
why
I
this was not already
can I
a
buy
thing
black people's EBT cards?
confuses me. I mean, it's like one of those
Can I pay a
policies
black
you
person like
hear,
$40 for
they're-
like
they're trying to
300
stop
of their
Al Qaeda
EBT?
from receiving taxpayer-funded
that like a
weapons,
thing?
and you're like, what's happening? That's how I feel about food stamps being used to buy junk food. But anyway, there are now many
That's
states.
genius, because then
I was
they
looking
could
at a
go buy
list,
weed
Arkansas, Florida, Hawaii, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Texas. Like, there's a lot of states now
and I
that
could
are
I'm just doubling my
actually,
money.
attempting to make it so that food stamps are only applicable toward
It's very illegal. How do they know?
healthy,
How do they
whole
even know
foods,
if you're
foods that aren't going to make the health of these people even worse, which is good, because there's a high chance that if you are on food stamps, you are also on Medicaid. And so Florida is one of those states where the ban was previously announced, but it's now actually gone into effect. It says Florida has officially implemented new restrictions on the supplemental nutrition
there's
assistance
too many
program,
options on what to
banning the use of
play. I
benefits to
can't choose
purchase
anything.
soda, candy, and other
I don't even know what to
high-sugar
do.
items effective Monday.
Do you see
Again,
this? I'm
this makes
paralyzed.
a lot of sense to me. I don't know why this wasn't already happening, but this has, for some reason,
Too many options.
upset a lot of progressives. Here we have the story that was just posted on X underneath. There's nothing wrong with this. That's great. I'm shocked this junk food was allowed in the first place. That's right. But here we go. Horrible decisions. So government is now concerned because a parent buys their kid a pack of cookies on Snap. It's disgusting overreach. I thought conservatives were against government overreach. Healthy alternatives cost 2 to 3 times more. Will Snap give people more money?
Yeah.
There's a lot to say to this. Number one, the people who complain about government overreach
Starfishing?
when you're talking about something like restricting SNAP to not
helly?
be eligible for junk food or things like abortion, be clear on this. They don't actually care themselves about government overreach. They're for big government. They love big government. They want government to reach so far
The forge.
down your throat. I was going to say something else a little bit more graphic. That it could basically just use you like a puppet. That's what they want government to do.
Say it, Queen.
The fact that they're trying to use this whole overreach argument, they're just trying to appeal to your sensibilities. But make no mistake,
Sir,
it's
sex
not
bat
government
sim?
overreach to
Dude.
say that, hey, if you're getting taxpayer money,
Philippines
you
simulator?
should only be able to use
Wait,
it
let me look
in
it up.
this way. If you want to be able to buy whatever you want yourself, that's
How do you
fine.
spell
You
Philippines?
can use your own money like everybody else. But if you want
Okay,
the
yeah, that
taxpayers
is-
to pay for it, I think it's pretty fair that the taxpayers get a little bit of a say in how
Oh, it is
spent.
2 P's. What the
But
fuck?
it's very strange, the reaction to the whole SNAP thing. And I'm really of the opinion that there's got to be some like big junk food money behind a lot of these progressive campaigns against the Maha changes, because think about it. If you are Coca-Cola or Frito-Lays, it's actually kind of great if you have all of these poor people who, by and large, I'm sorry, have poor dietary habits, that they're able to use taxpayer money to buy your stuff. And actually, that's a huge reason why things like soda and chips and candy are so
That's so
expensive
true.
now, is because
That's so true.
basically the
They're
government
lobbying
is
to keep us
subsidizing it. You have a lot more
fat
people
because
buying
they hate
those
us.
things than would otherwise be the case
Whoa.
without food stamps.
Whoa.
And so, yeah, I mean, I don't have any proof that big junk food is
Fabled
behind
legacy.
these campaigns in a monetary way, but that's my suspicion. So let's take a look at how some of the progressives online are trying to paint this conversation. Let me make this bigger. As of today, Florida SNAP recipients can't buy soda or candy because, God forbid, we allow a single mom and her kids a few moments of happiness at the end of the day.
True. That's so fucked up.
So to be clear now,
That's
the
so messed
taxpayer
up.
is not just responsible for providing the subsistence needs of these people who are on welfare, i.e. just making sure they're fed.
And
they're also responsible for their happiness. That is wild. That is crazy. Like, how did we get there? Like, not only do
Top
I
playing,
now have
steal
to
my
pay
brain
for
rot.
your food to live, but I also have to pay for your treats so you don't get sad? Are you
Yes.
kidding me? And like,
No.
don't get me wrong, I'm pro little treat. I probably am too pro little treat. Could stand to eat a little healthier myself. All I'm asking
You're looking
for
great.
is that the people who are on food stamps pay for their own little treats like everybody else.
So
Like,
true.
Does that make sense? These people can
Bite
still
by
buy junk
night.
food. Nobody is implementing any type of income requirement for buying junk food. Like,
Oh,
hey, let me see
fish.
your W-2s before I let you purchase this with money. No, they're just saying you can't buy it with food stamps.
What's the difference between fish it and fish?
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Chris Mowry. He's like one of those young DNC plants. He had a good take. Because I'm not a complete piece of crap, he's defending SNAP being used for junk food and don't care if 5 cents from my taxes go to a person in need deciding to have a cookie. Cookies are delicious.
Get him, Lauren.
And because way, way, way more of my money goes to way more
Fuck that
things
guy.
that should be talked about far more
No,
often than
boss.
this. Okay, this is what the progressives do. I don't know if you've noticed. Anytime
Get
you
him,
try to
queen.
talk about wasteful spending or
What's the
fraud,
difference between
they
fish
say,
and
well,
fish
this
it?
is such a small amount. There's way more money
Fish
being spent other
atelier.
places.
Wait,
But
I
it's
like
here's
that.
the thing. If you can't ever talk about spending because there's more spending going on, you're never going to make cuts. Like, we should be talking about it all. I want all of the budget up for debate. But you can't talk about, healthcare spending because, but there's more spending. You can't talk about food stuff. But there's more spending. The majority of the U.S. government spending is actually entitlements at this point. So yeah, it is actually a big problem. And I remember when we were in the heyday of
Peak
Doge,
thumbnail.
which
Yeah,
I
the
really
thumbnail's
miss,
good.
when everyone was optimistic about the
Oh,
fact
I
that
gotta
there would
change
be
my
cuts and
clothes.
savings. Anytime Doge would announce they're cutting millions of dollars here, millions of dollars there, that's always what progressives would say. Oh, who cares? It's just a little bit of amount of money. It's like, how do you guys budget your household at all? Like, if you shouldn't be spending the money, it's good to cut it no matter how small it is. Like, I don't understand that. That mentality. I mean, they don't believe it either. Honestly, it's just kind of what they're saying because, yeah, like I said, they want to obfuscate. But there is this account that I find very interesting called EBT of TikTok. I don't think they've posted in a hot minute, but they basically
Where are my
go
equipped
around
items?
and
How
kinda,
do I
like, lives
change
of
my
TikTok,
body to
and they
normal?
share the ridiculous TikTok videos that people are sharing about how they're spending their food stamps. And one that
Body.
stood out to me is this one. So did you guys know that not only could you, and in some places you still can,
How do I
buy
take it
junk
off?
food with your food stamps, you can also
Push my
buy
body back.
restaurant food with food stamps, depending on the restaurant. So I didn't know this, honestly. So here we have a video.
Yes, you smoke blunts. Yes, you go and tap.
There's no
Utilize all
Yes,
the
you don't
EBT
take
of the
showers.
restaurant.
Expect this.
EBT.
Expect this.
She's preparing.
Get them, Lauren.
So this
Get y'all
woman,
at Dub.
I mean, you can kind of tell from the voice
The
what
fish it
ethnicity she
auto
might be.
clicker
So
incident.
this woman clearly is using EBT to go to Subway,
Avatars.
and it's like,
Bro, how the
there are
fuck do I
taxpayers,
use
a
a
lot of
normal
taxpayers
body?
who I'm sure deny themselves Subway or eating out at a restaurant because it's too expensive. I do have a problem with food stamps being used at restaurants. And actually, I don't know if you guys know Umi Seafood and Hot Pot. It's this like big kind of generic, Asian seafood buffet. They also take food stamps. I saw because I was looking at their social media. I kind of want to go, but how messed up is that? So this is a seafood restaurant, all you can eat crab buffet, oysters, shrimp.
That's so base.
And you could be spending your EBT there.
Let's go.
Like that's a treat restaurant. Like why does the taxpayer have to subsidize crab legs? And actually, I don't know if you guys follow, hey, Inevitable China. Good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Let's go, Inevitable
I don't know
China.
If you guys know
Wait
Diane
a second,
Yap
Inevitable
on X, but
China?
She's a very, very
Wait, maybe
interesting
she is
follower.
taking
Check her
money.
out.
Wait
She
a
actually
fucking
had
second.
This proposition.
Too much effort.
That,
Wait,
we just
surprise,
want
surprise,
to smoke blunts.
Not a lot of lefties supported. But she made the argument, if
Inevitable
if food
China
stamps
is sending her
are
money?
really just supposed to be subsistence, and we want to encourage people to get off
What
of
the
them,
helly?
why not just provide poor people Nutriloaf?
What's that?
I mean, that she makes a good point. In case you don't know what Nutriloaf is,
Fuck
it's
is that?
basically it looks like a meatloaf, and it's got everything you need nutritionally, but it is just like mystery meat. It's like it's not good. In fact, I think they serve it to prisoners as punishment, but it was like deemed too gross and unsettling to just have as their food all the time.
For prisoners.
Cruel and unusual punishment. So they can only serve it to prisoners if it counts as punishment. Should that not be the type of if you're someone who's elderly or you're disabled and you genuinely you can't provide for yourself, okay, you should be able to get like regular food. But I mean, if
So
you're someone
giving
who's
poor
like you're
people
unemployed,
shit food. Nice, Lauren.
you really could be working.
Let's feed
I say
them
we need to look you up.
nothing.
Like we want to be incentivizing people to get off of food stamps because it's
Roblox,
gotten to a
obby,
point now
normal.
where the number of people on food stamps is actually pretty ridiculous. In
right,
certain
back
states
to
like New
where I was.
Mexico, I think, and Oregon and West Virginia, it's almost 20% of the population.
Fish it.
One
Fish it.
in 5 people
Let them
on
eat
food stamps.
shit.
Like that's not sustainable. And again, it's just crazy to me how there's this narrative of
That
like,
is- I mean,
the
that-
US
that
doesn't have
part's-
a welfare system. That's a lot of 40 million
Fuck poor
people on
people.
food
I
stamps.
hate
That sounds like a heck of a robust welfare system to me. And it's crazy because if you are progressive and you actually believe in these systems,
Every 1 millisecond.
the amount of people who are getting them and shouldn't be should also frustrate you because you should want those resources going to people who actually deserve them. My theory on why progressives don't care is that they really just want like, I don't know, some sort of anti-work UBI society, and they view like
that's what we're
welfare
gonna
going
get.
to everybody as
That's
just
what we're
part
about
of
to
it.
get.
So the argument that they're making of like, oh, but it's for people in need. No, it's not. Everybody's getting it. They also don't believe
should
that it's
feed
just for
them
people in need. They
cake.
want everybody to get
Ooh.
it, and that's why they're okay with everybody getting it.
We should give
Yeah,
them.
there's like so
we
much
should give everyone
of the
universal
discourse with the
candy
left is just them
and Monster
obfuscating,
Energy
Poor
drinks.
people need to
lying. They're not going to
convert
be
to Islam,
like upfront
and
about what they
Allah will
actually believe. They're
provide
going to
them
try to
with
make
everything.
arguments that they think will work
True.
on you based on your value system.
Bro,
even
what if we
they
all got
don't have an
candies?
unspeakable value system? But
Say Uma.
speaking of, I guess, impoverished people, I'm
Impoverished people.
going to come across a little bit heartless in this episode, I'm afraid. But let's talk about
Kill
the
them.
homeless problem for just a
We
little
should start
bit.
fucking executing them. Low key.
America has a homeless problem.
We should
a lot
kill
of Western
homeless
countries do.
people.
Canada does as well. When I was growing up, Ottawa, the capital city in Canada, was beautiful. It was the type of place you'd want to spend a weekend. I remember going there on school field trips, and it was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was clean. It was a nice place. Fast forward,
Am I supposed to be
15
doing right now?
years, I can no longer say that about Ottawa, and I can no longer say that about a lot of cities.
Damn.
Homelessness in North America, and
That's
I think
just
in
so
places in Europe
sad.
too, it's honestly getting out of control. And
Turn
obviously
Sneeko into
nobody
food
wants
for
to be the
homeless
person
people.
who's mean to homeless
Ooh.
people. Like that's not a
That's
good
an interesting
look.
idea.
And I do have sympathy for homeless people.
What
I
if?
can't imagine
Inshallah,
being in
the
their
poor
situation.
people don't deserve
However,
to live.
like
Death to
20 years
them.
ago, some progressive policy activists
Bomb the
decided that the
enclave, the
worst thing
homeless
we could apparently
population.
do was say no to a homeless person. And I feel like ever since then, everything's just gone downhill. It is now unthinkable to have any type of standard of behavior for homeless people, which is pretty ridiculous because
They're animals.
I personally am not going to be one of those people who pretend like homelessness does not make life in the city worse, because it absolutely does. Like, obviously, it's not good to be homeless yourself, but let's not pretend that homelessness doesn't also affect everybody else, because it does. It definitely does. Okay. Especially I have kids. I don't like having to step over used needles, human feces on the street. That's a real thing, by the way.
Bro,
I hear
Canada
it's,
is
like,
not
the
okay.
worst in
Where?
San Francisco, but I was in Seattle. This was years ago.
Oh, okay.
For a cruise. We were
Yeah.
literally just in Seattle to get on our cruise.
Yeah,
We were going to Alaska.
yeah. That's probably
We
true.
were in the city for an hour.
I had sex
tops.
with a
Like,
homeless
literally went to
person at the
airport, cruise
Kentucky
terminal.
Derby.
You what? Oh shit. Wait, we're not live. Fuck. I messed it up. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
I mean, I've talked about this before, but something
I don't care if they don't have anything
I can't get
to
out of my
eat.
head is that
I
that
hate them,
homeless guy must have
inshallah,
had like
mashallah.
the most balanced
Inshallah.
diet I've ever seen. Just like, I mean, that's graphic, but I mean, homeboy
I'm always
must have
throwing
been,
needles on the
like,
ground.
eating the Nutri-Grain bars.
I
don't know.
always be
I don't know
throwing
how
that
he did
shit
it. Good for
out.
him, though. Good for him. But yeah, no, it's crazy. This is a real thing. And
Bro,
what bothers
why
me
is the X
that
button right
progressives
there
like to
where she's
gaslight you
blocking?
into thinking like this is normal. It's always been like this. It's just part of a city. Like, no, it's not. Like, that's actually not normal. Human feces on the street, it's not a normal thing. It's
That
not,
shit's
should not be
woke.
part of your daily life. But the more that we've indulged the homeless, the more that we've tried all of these, oh, we just need to give them more stuff. The more we've gone down that route, the worse the homeless problem has actually gotten. I was recently in Chicago.
Wait,
and
where'd she go?
They have
Hey, what the? Where did I put it? What the? Why is it over here?
terrible homeless problem. Like, just
Oh my gosh. Okay,
terrible.
what is going on
I'm
here?
like at a restaurant. We
Sorry.
leave. We're like looking around. We want to get some boba or something. There's this homeless guy who comes,
so
clearly
Asian.
strung
You
out,
love
jittering.
boba.
Everyone's uncomfortable with it. You just, you try to keep your head down. Don't make eye contact.
Clear
And
them
then
out.
he
Clear
just
the
starts
homeless
screaming.
out. I
And
hate
now
all the
it's like-
Nutri-Goy bars.
Now everybody's afraid. Now
Mm.
everyone's time is ruined. It's like, why?
We should just convince
Like,
her
I know we're individualists.
Nutri-Goy
Western
bars
society,
are
but
actually good.
why is a single individual allowed to ruin everybody's time, allowed to monopolize a public space and make everyone feel unsafe? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm getting fed up with the homeless issue. I think a lot of people are, and there's actually starting to be some pushback against these progressive policies that have made the homeless problem so bad in some of these
Right.
liberal states, especially.
Go
So
off,
here,
Lauren.
let's look at this.
Bro,
I
I'm just
think
stealing
the
her show.
state
But
in
she'd have no
question
viewers on
is-
Kick if we
yes,
weren't. To be fair,
Louisiana. Here
it's a
we go.
win-win because
So,
nobody be watching this
apparently,
anyways.
Louisiana is going to be
Unless I
taking
was
care of
forcing
business.
everyone
They've
to.
said no more of this. We actually don't want a homeless encampment. It's kind of ruining the vibe. So what they've done is they've proposed a bill that this
If I wasn't forcing everyone to,
group says will
all
funnel
30
homeless
viewers are
people
us,
into
basically.
forced
Yeah,
treatment
exactly.
and unpaid labor. And so you've got to understand, this is obviously a very uncharitable description of what the bill actually does. But even then, I'm at the point where I'm like, that sounds fine. Like, I don't see what the problem is. Like, should they not be expected to contribute to society? Are we just gonna let them do whatever? I don't know.
we're gonna make them slaves.
Okay, sorry. Let me catch up on the chat a little bit. I was monologuing.
Hopefully, Sarah.
Yeah, Nick
Stock
Shirley, he's been
homeless
such.
now,
I mean, he's blown my
so she
mind with
can
the
have
amount of
sex with
fraud that
me.
just a YouTuber with a hoodie and a camera has been allowed or able to uncover.
That blew
Jam
my
Denton says, after
mind.
watching Nick Shirley videos, I wonder how much of the funding for homeless.
I would marry a
goes to them."
homeless
Well,
man for
that's
you,
the thing.
Lauren.
New
Please
York
marry me,
City, I
says King
recently
Lappy.
saw a stat that said that something like, what was it, $80,000 per year in New York City is spent on homeless people, like per homeless person, which is insane. That's more than the average household
Lauren, have you ever
income of the United
considered
States, and you are spending
buying
that per homeless person,
food
and these
stamps
people are still
off
homeless? Like,
a
if
black
that
person
doesn't go
for
to show
like
how just pro fraud the entitlement system is and how broken it is, then I
$10
don't know what to tell you. Like, obviously,
for every
this is not a good
100
way to allocate
EBT.
resources. Taking $80,000 to spend with
Fuck!
NGOs for homeless people to still be homeless. Like, what are you doing? But in any case, let's look at this.
Have you ever considered buying
Hello,
EBT
housing, not handcuffs supporters.
from
Yesterday, the Louisiana House of
ethnic
Representatives took the dangerous
people
step of voting in
for
favor of a truly disgusting
$10
anti-homeless bill. The bill is an
for
extreme
every
take on the already
100
extremely copy-paste
EBT?
legislation peddled by blah, blah, blah. This bill forces homeless people charged
There
with
we
a crime
go.
to make the false choice between jail
Stupid
or
ass
at least
AI
1
mod.
year of forced treatment.
She has it on the most insane setting.
Okay, so they're
like
saying,
she's got to have it
they're
all the
making
way
it a
up.
crime to sleep outside.
He definitely
And they
has
will
it all
then
the way
force
up.
homeless people charged with the crime to make the choice between jail or at least 1 year of treatment. Is it just me? Does this not still sound reasonable? And they're trying to make it sound as
fucking
bad
evil.
as they possibly can. This still sounds just fine to me. I don't know. Is it just me? But we continue.
You
It
crazy
gets worse.
evil
Apparently,
bitch.
the bill requires homeless people to pay for the very treatment they
only
are forced
fans should
into.
take EBT.
And if the person cannot pay the cost of treatment, this bill requires them to perform
should take
unpaid
EBT.
labor for the government or community organization
Bro,
to pay
imagine?
off their debt. So basically, if you're
Holy
homeless,
shit,
and you're
imagine.
charged with sleeping outside, which is now a crime, you can't just set up camp in the city center. You're going to be given the choice between jail or treatment. And
Bro,
if you
my
can't
voice
pay
is
for the
gone.
treatment, you're going to be given community service to pay for the treatment. This sounds like an absolute win. Like, oh, is this, you've managed to describe the best bill ever? Like, what is happening?
This is
I don't
awesome.
know. This, I don't see a
This
downside
rules.
to this, but they seem really upset about it. They say Louisiana has a long
I gotta keep your
history
chat
and
alive. I
present
got
of
you, Lauren. Don't
chain
worry.
gangs, prison
We
labor,
got
and
you.
entrenched white supremacy. How is this white supremacy? Like, I understand how they're trying to connect against prison labor, by the way, but it's like, okay, let's just pull in white supremacy. This bill clearly evokes debtors, prisons, convict
So
leasing,
true.
and the ugliest day of Jim Crow.
Buy kicks with
Here's
EBT.
the
Dude,
thing, like,
please.
I think people are just too
That's
fed
genius.
up for this type of rhetoric to be effective. So they also shared this article on X, which is how I found it. And
Fuck Cam.
here we go. Louisiana has advanced one of the cruelest anti-homeless bills in the country. I'm going to push back and say it's not even
Cuff would be the only
an
person
anti-homeless bill. If you
sees an
actually
increase.
care about homeless
Aiden
people,
too. His
you
audience
should
are all
want
black.
them to get into treatment. The good news is I've seen the studies on it. The number of people who are just like forever homeless just because of things like transient unemployment is actually quite low. Which is good news because you want to live in a country where people who are down on their luck are able to get back on their feet and they're not stuck in some cycle of poverty. The vast majority of people who are chronically homeless, unfortunately, they are people who have either mental health
should
issues
just be
or
shot.
substance abuse issues. And that's why I personally, I am in favor of things like institutions, asylums, mandatory treatment programs.
So did anyone else
Because,
finish yet, or what?
I'm an individualist. I don't
No,
like
I'm
the
still
government.
stroking. I'm still
But
stroking.
the idea that, a
I'm
large
still out here
homeless
stroking my shit, bro.
population is not a violation of the non-aggression
Sell
principle. I
here.
think it's considered by people who haven't experienced big homeless populations.
Non-aggression
Like,
principle?
obviously,
What'd
this
she
is
just
going to
say?
affect you. They are a drain on society. It's dangerous. I mean, I don't understand how
We're
you
watching
can
Lauren
see
Chen's
giant homeless
first
populations
stream
and be like, I'm okay with
and
this.
talking in there.
It's misplaced empathy. That's the
Okichi.
thing. Like, these people, I think they have it in their minds that they're helping the homeless, but it's like, you're not.
She's reading
You're
her
not
kick
helping
chat
this homeless
more than
guy
her
by
Facebook chat for some
not
reason.
making him go into treatment. You're enabling him. But they're not better off long term. Like, ever since the homeless population has exploded because of all these misplaced liberal policies, these
Hands up,
people's
Mr.
lives are
Zoomer.
worse off. Absolutely.
I wasn't.
Mandatory
We were
treatment
just.
may not be what
We
they
were
want
supporting
at the time, but
the
make no
content.
mistake, it is what is best for them. And I know there's probably
Um,
going to be people who are going to say, "Oh,
It's not
but
what it looks
the
like.
government is able to say what's best." Like, I'm pretty sure Like
Dude,
not
she doing
being
an
a
impression of
homeless
you,
addict
chat.
on the side of the street. Like, this is a
Damn.
very low bar for what we as a society can say is and is not good for a person, right? So yeah, it's like, I don't know, these people, I think they're trying to help, but like they're letting the idea of being nice
True,
get in the way
Zapparoni.
of the greater good. Sometimes, and I as a parent, you'll know this, sometimes what's best for the person
She was
is
reading
something
the
they're gonna
chat
fight you
calling her
on,
mommy
but
earlier,
that doesn't
Kokichi, and she
mean that
was
you just
like,
let them
"Now
do
stand up."
whatever they want, which is unfortunately
she
what we've been
said,
doing with the homeless population.
she was saying like, I don't know what this
Yeah, I mean,
means. Is this
here,
like a young
even
person
this account,
thing?
National Homelessness Law Center, seems like most people are in support of this. This is exactly what is needed. Millions of Americans have to involuntarily be subjected with the social and societal fallout of millions of drug zombies. I mean, yeah, it seems like I think a lot of people are just kind of fed up of the
That's so
amount of
true.
resources that are
Gosh,
being
she's
given
so
to the
real
homeless
for that.
population with no improvement in the problem to be seen at all. They're upset with the fact that homelessness has made a lot of cities less
Why they
safe.
always pretend not to
So,
know? I don't
yeah,
know.
I'm fully in
I don't know.
support of this Louisiana measure. I hope other states adopt it too, because I mean, I think it's easy to think that homelessness is just like a problem that will always be with us. And to some extent, there will always be a homeless population, but it could be a lot less. And
So true.
tangent. Last year, I ended up spending like 6 months in Asia when my work visa in the US expired. Long story, but it was really good. I hadn't been back to Asia since like before COVID. It was really good
Wow,
to
back
spend
to the
time there,
homeland.
get back in touch with my Asian roots. And there were several things that really shocked me about being back in an Asian city, because it had been like 7 years since I was back. One of the things was how skinny everybody was. That's one thing. Another thing was just how few homeless there were. So it is a possible thing. It's not like we're chasing some high utopian ideal of not having homeless encampments. We know what to do. We know how to help
They eat
these
the homeless
people.
there.
We just need to have the will to do it. And I hope Louisiana doesn't back down and they go a full force with
You
this.
like my Avi?
Okay, let's get okay, let's see some chats that are not suggestive. Okay, Hamish Bat. Hamish Bat.
Guys,
I help out at a soup
stop
kitchen, and it completely relies on the
freaking
church
her
parishioners for
out.
donations. The government doesn't help at all, and I love that. Like I love
Guys,
people who
leave her
volunteer and stuff like that,
alone.
especially through churches, because I think that's exactly the place for charity, voluntary, local. I think that's amazing. Good for you. And I know that there are churches
Stop
that also
asking
offer a substance
freaked
abuse program. Actually,
out
the church that
things,
I go to, I've
chat.
heard them mention that they do have like a addicts in recovery type of ministry, and I think that stuff is great. Like I'm not trying to be a callous or cold-hearted.
Guys, come on.
If someone is going to be asocial, then we shouldn't have to put up with it. Like if the person wants help and they're willing to put in the work for help, I think it should actually be available to
Real
them.
rants,
But if
raid.
they're just going to choose to make everyone's lives worse, then I don't think we should
Real
have to
rants
indulge
community
them.
is raiding your channel right now.
23, there's a vid of a state that tried to replace migrant farm workers with prisoners. They had so much slagging off, they went back to the migrants.
On the little
I
sky,
mean,
baby.
you're not
Someone
going to
stole
get
your
the best
sweet
of the
bro.
best when you're, something with prison labor. But I think it's better than nothing, honestly, because, number one, prisoners do cost the state money. So if you're able to offset that somewhat, it's still a win. Number two, I firmly believe idle hands are the devil's playthings. And if someone is in prison, I think it's actually productive for them to
Dude, do you see how much stuff's going on the screen right now?
Apprenticeship. I think that's actually what they're doing in El Salvador. They do have prison work programs. Which I mean, if you're
She's
in
so
prison,
good.
you
How
get
does
to
she
pay
do it,
back
right?
a debt to society, be useful, learn a new skill. The left talks about prison labor like, oh, this is so terrible. Heaven forbid somebody work. Work is good for you.
Dude, this guy's serious.
It's actually one of the
I'm
more
the only
productive
gentleman
things you can
here.
do
Like, why is Kick Chat always like
when you're in
this?
prison.
You are such a gentleman.
Jimbo's Lauren, have you ever considered buying EBT from ethnic people for $10 for
It's
every
Jimbo.
100
It's just
EBT?
Jimbo.
So I have heard of that there are like EBT scams. I haven't really looked into it, but no, I actually have have not considered doing that. Actually, one EBT scam that I've seen
don't
people
admit to
post
this.
about
Wait,
is that
wait.
people
Don't
will
admit.
use
If
their
you did, don't admit
EBT
to it. They're
buy
trying to put you in
ingredients
jail.
to make food
Wait.
and then sell the food for profit. So
if you
not
are,
only are you getting,
don't
like,
admit
obviously,
to it.
you pay
They are
$5 for
trying
chicken,
to
you
get
can turn
you
it into a meal
arrested.
and sell it for more than $5,
They
but
are
you also don't even
trying to
front the cost of the
persecute
chicken
you.
yourself. So it's basically all just profit, and obviously you're not even paying taxes on that. So it's just scams on scams on scams. Honestly, I shudder to think of how much of the budget is actually just scams, fraud, waste. So I'm having trouble seeing the Rumble streams on
That's because no one
StreamYard
watches
app,
on
but
Rumble.
K.Ray says, super chat, glad to see you streaming again. Thank you so much. Oh, and
That's
by the
because
way,
Rumble's
I did
not a real
mention,
platform.
out of practice to say the least, we are going to be
Someone
streaming
ban Karasu, please.
6 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So yeah, this is going to be a thing. You guys will have to get used to me. And we're also going to be doing clips and shorts and all of that stuff. So if you're not into the super long streams or you're busy during this time, usually don't worry about it, because we're going to try to make it convenient for you to get content. Richard Pennison, we are all happy you're back. Thank you so much. JDH417.
Guys, come on.
Alberta
Come on. These names.
Canada.
You can't be asking her shit.
Wexit, Western
You can't be
Canada
asking
exit.
her this shit with names
I think
like
Alberta has so much going for it. It is an oil-rich province. They have, they're trying to build up a lot of human capital. There are a lot of people that I went to high school with
Jimbo,
who are
Lauren Chen
attracted by the
starting.
jobs in Alberta. So they have a lot of young people who want work and are hungry for work. But unfortunately, because a lot of Canada is just insane, Alberta is really being held back by progressive policies. And so I totally support, I support political self-determination for everybody. And so I do think that, if Alberta is not,
it worked the first time WWDC. I don't know
under
if that
Ottawa's
broke.
rule,
I don't have it open right now.
Have the ability to.
I closed it because I was
at
playing.
the very least, have a referendum. I think they are
Crimson
going to be
Desert
having
for a
one. I
sec.
think they got enough signatures to be able to do that. Okay, King Laffy says, enact subs so I can rinse my credit cards on you. That's a Kick thing. Do I not have that set up? I'm sorry. I'm like,
you can probably do it next stream. You just have to
creator dashboard,
qualify, and then set it up.
Definitely something that I should be doing at a later time. So yeah, I'll figure out Kick subscriptions for the next time. But thank you so much.
Please let us
I've seen people ask about Cash App. If you do want to support the channel, again, the best way to do that is with the Give Send Go for the legal fees.
She's like, that's ghetto.
Down in the description. Okay.
She's like, oh, you want my Cash App? Yeah, I'm not.
Comment.
I'm not black.
Hapa Nationalist, I can be your mod, Lauren. Oh, thank you. I don't know how to do that yet. I will figure that out. I'm sorry. So I'm new to Kick. For people who are watching on Rumble, we're streaming
your
on Rumble,
entire
Facebook, and
Kick
right
audience.
now. The Kick people have been amazing. By the way, I talked about wanting to get into streaming. One of the co-founders reached out to me, said we can help you get set up. They've been amazing, but I am I'm a noob. I'm a millennial. I don't know how a lot of this works. It's different, a little bit scary, but yeah,
Damn, Hapa Nationalist sliding
really
in like nothing.
So
yeah,
far. So I see Hapa Nationalist. I'm definitely down for you to mod. I'm not sure how to do that because right now
she likes the name.
So if you tuned in at the beginning of the stream, I had the video playing. It's because I was trying to have the Kick chat open separately. Obviously didn't work, but yeah, we'll work on it for next time. But
try this.
With that being said, let's talk about Pragmata.
So
you guys may have
Lauren
heard of it.
Chen.
It's a game. It's already out, but essentially it's causing a bit of a controversy online because there's a clip that went pretty viral.
It's cool.
And apparently it's causing men to feel some type of way about fatherhood and being a provider. And that is for some reason controversial in 2026. So here, let's
that's
check
my girl.
out
Back off
this
chat.
video in case you guys have not seen it.
Just, what are you?
I am DI03367, a state-of-the-art pragmata created here at the Cradle. I possess basic life-saving...
Just
rewind it.
What are you?
I am DI03367, a state-of-the-art pragmata created here at the Cradle.
Dude, John Doyle loved this part. I saw him fucking stroking to this.
How about we call you Diana?
Diana?
I saw John Doyle beating his shit to this, man.
From now on, you can be Diana.
I was freaked out.
How's that fit?
Diana.
I'm gonna do a pro gamer move, chat.
Diana.
Show this bitch my big groiper cock.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana.
Kids.
Ha. Kids.
Diana.
Diana.
Just, what are you?
Wow, that was awesome.
So that's the little, little clip of the games, a little cutscene, and it's cute.
My heart is
you
melting.
have the guy.
Yeah. Gosh, that brings out my
Marine-looking
fatherly
guy,
instincts.
Little robot thing, and obviously it's a game where you're gonna have to protect the little girl and act as somewhat of a father figure. It's kind of a trope, honestly, in games
that's
and media.
so
You've got Night of the Seven Kingdoms. You have unrelated.
My inner
male
father's
figure,
healed.
Kind of
It's
child.
like I had a
under their
father
wing.
now.
The Last of Us is
That's
also
why John
very
Doyle
similar to
was
this.
loving it.
Games and media in general, like there's a tradition of men embracing their father figure roles for children that they're not related to, and honestly, I find it really wholesome.
That's
because
so wholesome.
I think the role
That
of a
is
mother is
so
being
wholesome.
nurturing. It's something that we talk about with women who don't have kids yet all the time. Like, oh, you're going to be such a great mom. I have baby fever. It's not something really we talk about very much when it comes to men,
That is
which I think
so
is too
wholesome
bad
and based.
because men can desire children. They can have a
step up.
paternalistic bent
That's
to
it.
them
I'm
as
ready
well.
to step up.
And I think
what this bitch be
seeing
saying?
men who are paternalistic,
She's right.
and who want to be fathers and who are good fathers,
Why is she
who
right,
protect
though?
children. It's like
I'll be the
it's
dad
honestly
that
one of
steps
the
up
most
for you, Lauren.
wonderful things. Like that is my favorite thing about men.
Right.
I love watching that. It gives me goosebumps. It's so wholesome. It's such.
Bro,
it's,
that
it's
shit
honestly,
gives me goosebumps.
It's a beautiful thing. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm glad we're kind of leaning into that. But there were other people who were not so keen on it, and I don't really understand why. Okay, hang
Because they're woke.
Happen nationalists, I'm going to try to mod you. Is that going to work? No. Okay, too much of a noob. Oh, here we go.
I want to be a girl dad now.
I can heart you. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, the modding will have to wait. I apologize. I will spend time on Kick. We will figure this out. But
It's whatever.
Yeah, this post, it went viral.
What if
Lovely
Lauren
stuff.
and
Cider
Melanie
the
did a
masculine urge to
millennial
be a dad.
live stream free
Absolute hell
off?
for a single spark of innocent life
good
with the biggest
idea.
eyes you've ever seen.
Bro, Happenat is getting
love
that
it.
shit.
People are really
W
liking this
Happenat.
character.
Respect.
Capcom's trying to single-handedly boost the birth rates in Japan, and I dare to say they might succeed. Protect little
Sorry,
Diana.
Americans, the Chad Crowett
How I'd
gets
be
the
moving
girl.
to protect Diana.
True.
Like, it's amazing. Like, the gamers, the young men, they're embracing this. And actually, I don't know, have you guys played the Walking Dead Telltale game where you had, this is like, I am dating myself. I don't even think that company is around anymore. This was a while ago, but it was basically one of those games where you had the little girl Clementine, and you had to protect her through the zombie apocalypse.
I'm like, what?
I love stuff like
I'm
that, and it's
dating
so
myself?
nice to see guys excited about
Right.
something like this. Playing any game in the BioShock trilogy, you now have an emotional attachment to this surrogate daughter. Me, I thought this was a diesel punk shooter. BioShock, do you
That
promise
is a
to love her?
hilarious
Me, I don't
meme.
think I'm your target
That's so good.
demographic. BioShock, your daughter is now in mortal peril. Me, that's so
This
cute.
is a good
Yes,
stream.
Get excited about
This
protecting
is
your
awesome,
children.
man.
But of course, we can't have anything nice. We can't have anything wholesome online. And for some reason, it didn't take long.
Yeah, thanks a lot,
before,
Jovian.
allegations of pedophilia.
Thanks a
started
lot,
to
Buster.
creep in, and men were being accused of being pedophiles or
I told her I'm a
fetishizing
slider
this
at the
little robot girl,
gloves.
just like
Yeah,
weird
she'll love that.
stuff. So one post that went extremely viral and that got a lot of criticism is this one by Mary Morgan. And so I want to be clear here. I like
fuck
Mary.
Mary Morgan.
She's a good account to follow. I disagree with her here, but I don't I don't want this to like be interpreted as me like hating on her. I just think like this was a take I thought was interesting, but that I disagreed with.
Cook her,
Hopefully
Lauren.
that's enough disclaimers.
Cooker.
She wrote, lots of strange reactions to this game. Let's clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. We observe this even in the way little girls play versus little boys. Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. And you'd be taking the feminist/radical gender abolitionist position to protest any of the above points. This should explain why a dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men gives people the creeps. Okay, so I disagree with this a lot. And again, like, no hate to Mary, but I don't think she's understanding the way that men are seeing this game. So it's true that little boys aren't going to like pretend to take care of a baby like little girls. They're not going to be walking around.
Okay, no, but seriously, if you have paternal instincts over this fucking game,
like we see little girls do all the time.
Dude, hold on, shut up. No, I don't mean shut up. But I was talking to Black Swan about this in the $100 a month club chat last night, and he was like, fuck you for putting this on my timeline, you know, or like making me see the John Doyle thing, because he was like crashing out because of all the just terrible takes because he likes that game, and then he posted a Dark Side Phil clip. Wait, where is it? Bro, Dark Side Phil had he literally had the only good. Bro, Dark Side Phil had the only reasonable take or opinion on the game across the board. Look at this. Where's this clip? Fuck. Wait. Right here. Wait, right here.
She's a robot. She's not a real girl. Why did they program her to act like this? What purpose does this serve?
That's
Besides
right, true.
fooling you into a sense of you're going to want to protect her as like a dad figure when you're really not. She's just a robot.
Yeah, what?
You see what I'm saying? Like, I actually feel like the plot of this game is that they're trying to fool you into being a surrogate dad to her, but she's just a robot. It doesn't matter.
That's so true.
It's going to screw you over at the end of the game. Watch. That's what I think. Anyway.
That's like the most reasonable, well thought out, actual thought about the game. Because like, yeah, what? Why would they even? What? Why did they build a robot like that? Like what? The king of Let's Plays has spoken. Literally, dude. Bro.
If you
For real, though.
are a man and you want to, possess a child, that's a weird way to
possess
phrase it. But, a man taking interest in a child, it must be because he's a predator. Unfortunately, I think it's the result of a low trust society, and I understand it. I'm not naive. That there are predators out there.
Doyle was freaking
babysitter,
me out.
No
he was saying
but
the main character
if you're talking
was
about something like
hot.
a video game where it's very clear that this is meant to activate like the protector side of men, I think you're looking into it a little bit too much if you try to associate it with anything nefarious. And it's actually like even without the whole like pedophile aspect or predator aspect of it, there are people who seem to be offended that this is, I don't know, encouraging people to want kids or
so true
glorifying parenthood. So we have this like another wholesome post. If Capcom's goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays the game want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like having a daughter. And this person obviously thinks it's great. And as someone who has daughters, I will say like, yeah, it's it often is this. Like watching your child play is probably one of the best feelings in the world. It's cute. It's magical.
It's probably so magical.
You guys are fighting in the chat. I'm okay. It's okay that I have trolls. I expect that. But for some reason, like, we can't have anything positive about kids or parents on
Where are they
social media.
arguing?
Someone always has to come and rain on
Wait,
the
what
parade,
chat?
including this guy, Evan Loves Worf. He's like one of the most notorious
they're
leftists
fighting
online. People say that I'm lagging a bit.
Oh no, her Rumble chat.
I don't know how to fix that.
You aren't lagging.
Here. Anyway, so this guy, known leftist troll, says this is not what it's like having a daughter. This is what it's like having a robot pretending to be a little girl, which is exactly what this character is.
But this game
I'm like, I'm not trying to airbrush parenthood. They're gonna cry. You're gonna need to teach them.
Does she have a TDS that I can send like as someone else's name? Please
take out
please.
any of the positives of parenting, because like there's a lot of parenting that is wonderful and magical. And I
somebody
assume,
make a Rumble Beardson
that this guy doesn't have parents, or sorry,
someone make a Beardson Beardly Rumble
that he doesn't have a kid. But we also have this other person. Where did he go? There was someone else who was also trying to, and I think this, here we go. This guy actually is a father, which is like scary. My daughter had a 45-minute screaming meltdown yesterday because we wouldn't let her have a real knife. It's like, is that is that a sane thing to comment when people are saying,
can I make a Beardson account?
Having a kid is great, and you have to use your own child as an argument.
Can I super chat as Beardson?
Why it's great?
Does she have super chats on Rumble?
I don't
sign
understand
up.
that.
Hold on, I gotta sign up.
Imagine this guy's daughter years from now sees this post, her father arguing against the idea that having a kid is magical by using her own behavior. That's like
May 16th.
It's kind of depressing.
2001.
All right. What else? Oh yeah. So more memes. I think Japan's gaming industry is trying to send us a message. Obviously, a lot of people are liking this game. I think this is a good thing. We should be encouraging pro-natalist material or even pro-kid material, because I feel like a lot of the writers in Hollywood or the game developers, like, they are childless and lonely and miserable themselves, and so they never write pro-family material because they don't understand it. They don't have happy home lives. They don't have kids. They're not happily married.
And so, Gmail, dude, can this hurry up? I just want to make this account, please.
So it's nice when media actually has like wholesome values where it's actually pro-family. And let's see. Oh yeah. So Hassan Piker.
Yes, you can. I'll send you the confirmation code if you need.
That
my email's beanboy1369
the majority, honestly, of his
Thank
fans
you.
were gamers. But I'm gonna be reevaluating.
Dude,
that
Rumble's trying to make me. Oh my gosh, gaming, politics.
with my name just
I don't
to
know
troll?
why. Hang on. There's a creep in the chat. Here you go. A little bit of a ban. Okay. So, but he had a very mean take on this whole thing. And assessing. Let's see. Hassan Piker. There we go.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, wait. Well, I gotta put in my credit card.
Here, this is what he says about the whole controversy. We'll just listen to this.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier.
Your
stranded
rant
on a
here.
lunar research station. Your job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. It's out already? Is it good? Isn't this like Death Stranding?
Dave Rubin had us
drawing of the two of them
considering
as a little family. Even streamers,
but the game sold it for us. Yeah, okay. $5.
So
sends.
What's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and
Did
stuff.
It send?
And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like,
did it send?
If you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy.
They like removed my billing info.
If you're a fucking
I can't see though.
Who
can anyone see? Did it send in the chat?
And will never have sex with a woman.
Oh,
why do you care?
He's cooking
like,
you.
Why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of
it didn't send. Okay, wait.
Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out about that. That makes sense, right? Like that's precisely what your life is about.
Okay,
but
confirm.
As far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot,
bro, it's not sending.
it just doesn't make any sense to me because
what the it's not
it's
sending.
just not something that you're going to experience ever for
Why is it
your
not
life,
working?
for the rest of your life, right?
What, like, why is he so mean? I don't understand. Doesn't he play games? That's crazy. Most
Why is he such a
gamers
jerk?
are just regular guys who have families and kids, or if they're younger, they will someday
They're
have
man
families
babies
and kids. Like, as someone who's pretty online, I honestly thought he was a bit of a gamer himself. I didn't think he would buy into the like anti-gamer rhetoric that they're
That's
all
so
incels.
true.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Buy and
it's like,
send.
Like,
Bro, it's not
the
working.
idea that you shouldn't play a game if like it's not something that's going to happen to you. That's wild. That kind of defeats the purpose of a game. But
I'm
like
so
having
stupid.
a family, married life,
I didn't put
that's
my
actually
credit card
very
number in.
easily attainable. Maybe if you're not some asocial retard, but why would you be so mean to, I don't know, men who are playing a video game?
I thought it already had it. I thought that it already had it saved.
More.
There we go. It's sent. Okay. I thought I already had it saved. I didn't realize I had to put it in. Okay.
Is he done talking?
My partner and I were on the edge to adopt. Dave Rubin had us considering, but this game sold it for us.
Okay. Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like any Japanese game you put like a child, it's gonna invite maybe the worst possible fandom, you know? I know it's not like that. I'm sure the game is not like that, but there will be people who take it like that.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not gonna like defend the Japanese against what was clearly a pedophile slight, but that's very unfair. And you know this, like I think
what?
we
Fuck
should
you,
do
bitch! Fucking
more,
Chinese
as much as we
bitch!
can to
What the
crack
fuck is
down
that? What do
on
you
child
mean?
Predators.
Why would
But
you not defend
something that's
Japan?
weird to me is how people are so, you know, obsessed with the idea of like cracking down on pedophiles again, which is good, that they'll even like oppose.
No, she'll read it in a second. She'll read it in a second.
Scene. Does that make sense?
She'll read it in a second.
I've seen people say you should never post photos of your child online, even if it's like totally innocent, innocuous, because there are child predators. But it's
That's
like,
true. Jovian's out there.
well, if it's, you know, if it's just a picture of a smiling kid, you know, is the answer just have no images of kids at all? How about we allow children to be seen, but we just like execute all the pedophiles? I feel like that's a better thing that we should do instead of trying to remove kids from public life.
Jovian's not gonna like that.
I'm assuming that the game doesn't let you do anything untoward, because obviously that'd be really bad. I'm assuming you can't actually do anything predatory with the little girl. So like, why should we remove a little girl character from a video game just because some people might like in their minds have some sick thoughts? Like we can't do that. And I understand a lot of people who are saying that want to protect children, but I feel like we can protect children's safety while also not removing them from the internet entirely. And it is crazy because like there will be people who would sooner remove children from the internet entirely, even just like totally innocuous photos, rather than like actually give the death penalty to pedophiles, which seems misplaced, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's move on. Okay, something I want to stop for a little bit.
We got a super chat.
Stop complaining and talk about something I love.
Super chat.
And I know this is going to sound random, but I have been accused.
Guys, can someone say in chat that Beardson sent a super chat on Rumble?
I do commentary, so a lot of the commentary that I do is like negative. We're talking about negative things.
Guys, can we tell her?
Upset me, but I want to do more positive content, and so I'm gonna try to talk about things that I actually like more often. And
bro, she's freezing with her mouth open.
I've been really enjoying lately. This is not political at all. It's just a meat pastry.
It really just froze like that?
And that's not innuendo. I'm just like literally chicken pot pie, sausage rolls. Like if there is some sort of flaky crust and a protein in there, I'm gonna have a good time with it. And that's basically all I have to say for that. I just don't want my streams to be totally negative. I know that sounds kind of lame, but Yeah, I'm not
She
a very
is
negative
assuming
person
the position.
outside of complaining about politics. So there we have that. Okay.
Talking
Here,
about
let me
sausages
try
with
to
our mouth.
moderate the chat a little bit. There you
Dude,
go.
someone tell her the beard. Someone in
There you
chat
go.
say Beardson.
Muted at least one troll. Okay.
Oh wait, she's only looking at
so
Rumble chat
now
again.
Let's go through some of the videos that I've been collecting that I want to go over with you guys. Here we go.
Guys,
Share
someone
screen.
tell her to
Sorry
read
that there's
Beardson's super
lag.
chat.
We're gonna try to
She's
get a
scamming
booster
Beardson right now.
to see if that helps for
Imagine
next time.
removing Aisha from the Quran. Terrible.
Oh, Hamish Badge. I don't think I've ever heard an American say sausage roll. Yeah, I mean, I'm not American, so I grew up in Hong Kong, and we have sausage rolls there. I've also been to the UK. I used to live there, and I love me a sausage roll. I don't think like all ethnicities meat pies I'm into, and like people are probably gonna clip that into like some sort of innuendo, but I mean, like literally, give me a
What is
sausage
this
roll,
bitch
give
talking
me an
about?
empanada.
What's this bitch top? Can you just read the Beardson super chat, please? What the hell are we talking about right now? Like what? Huh? I broke it. Bro, why does this keep happening? The kick.
This sexy Muslim beard is ready
Super
to
chats.
fuck
I'm sorry if that's the
with
case.
me. Shaboya. Tikka
Oh,
masala.
Beardson. My partner and I were on the edge to adopt.
I want
Dave
to put
Rubin
my
had us
sausage
considering,
roll
but this
inside
game
of her
sold
meat
it
pie.
for us. So you guys want to hear some?
She wants my
some,
meat
like,
pie.
Some tea. It's really old. It's cold tea, as the gays would say. But back when Dave Rubin and his partner made the announcement that they were going to be on surrogacy, having surrogate children, I actually made a video about that, talking about my views on surrogacy and how I didn't support it. And Blaze didn't air it. Like I uploaded it to the YouTube channel, but they didn't ever make it live.
That's
And
so
so I don't
messed up.
know if that's, which I understand because I had previously
go.
been responsible for
Fuck
the whole
that.
Blaze channel being banned for like a week or something because I like dead named Elliot Page. But yeah, it never got released, and I've been accused of like having
She
congratulated
got beef with
Dave Rubin
Beardson.
on the surrogacy
She got
thing.
beef with
That's not-
Beardson for that one.
I never have. That's not the case. But actually, yeah, surrogacy, that might be something we talk about soon as well. I've been seeing an increasing number of videos, really disturbing ones, about children who were purchased through surrogacy. And it's not something I'd ever really thought about just because I feel like it didn't used to be that common. It's never something that's come up in my personal life. But did you guys know like a lot of countries have banned surrogacy, not just commercially, but actually outright? Like you can't do surrogacy. The US is actually an outlier in the fact that it lets you buy babies.
Really?
Like a lot of countries have already said, no, that's messed up. And
Hold on, what's Chud the Builder doing? Bro, he's getting fatter every day.
Cool. I didn't know that.
I'm not trying to start beef. I'm just saying he's been putting on pounds steadily, daily.
Message. All right.
Have we all seen that?
So these are
Everyone
just
else
videos that
agree?
I thought would be fun to look at. Rothmus.
Everyone else notice
here's
that?
Woman. Oh yeah. By the way, follow Rothmus on X. He's a great account. Love the stuff that he posts. It's like one of those
Rothmus,
accounts
awesome.
where it's gonna make you angry, like it's gonna frustrate you, but it's good content. I don't know if that makes sense. Kind of like the way I feel about financial audit with Caleb Hammer. But anyway, here's a woman, I think a teacher, who makes
That's crazy stuff.
a year. Oh no, so yeah, she makes more than that. She makes $7,500.
Okay, I don't care. Let's what else we got going on here? My addiction to Angeles City, Philippines. Bro, when's Raw Rant gonna go live on Kick? In that video, he was saying he's...
Hey, you can blame a guy for eating when he's being persecuted by the government.
Dude, in that video, he was saying he was gonna utilize Kick every day or something. And then he just doesn't. I want to watch a live Raw Rant where he complains about Filipino wars or something. Yo, click the link, everyone. Let's go. He was live on YouTube today. Oh, he is right now. Getting mad. Wait. Bro, why is it not loading? Bruh. Bro, this browser's been tripping. Stop. Piece of shit. Wait. Getting mad. Here we go. Load. Or is it already over? Bruh. YouTube sucks. He said, okay, maybe he's having an issue. I don't even know. Maybe it's not even me.
We don't pay teachers enough. Ma'am, you are spending $1,500 on a G-Wagon, which is like, you can't think that's a smart financial decision. And that's the thing. If there's one thing that watching financial audit has taught me is that people who are bad with money will always be broke, no matter.
Wait, this is boring though, for real. Let's move on. What else do we have going on? What else we got here, huh? We can check back in on her in a little while. Ooh.
So
very
crazy
nice
about this, and this is about this video. Like, it's just not an exaggeration that content creation isn't about being interesting or engaging anymore.
Right.
Like the previous type of content creation where you had to like have like a personality, and like I'm not saying that like some of these creators don't have these.
This is so boring. I don't care, man. Bro, do I have anything else going on? Oh, it's just all anime porn. Ooh. Okay. Cheeto. That's nice. That's what I'm looking for.
Matt Walsh.
Bro, I hate this site. Why does it do this? Why is it muting them on its own? It's unmuting and then muting them randomly. Chinese monk who plays CS interviewed in life story. Added English subtitles. Must watch. Oh shit, wait. My food can't. Wait, watch this for a second. Or wait, I'll leave Lauren Chen on because this is like not even in English.
Whatever, because
I gotta
that's
go grab
just
that.
the thing to
There's
do,
steaks.
even
Need
if
to
it's
go in
going to
the
put you in a
fridge.
bad financial
Hold on.
situation. And you see it like with women as well who have like the long tacky nails and they're getting their lashes done. I don't think men appreciate that. Getting your nails done, that could be like $100 every 2 to 3 weeks. Eyelashes, the same thing. So like this all adds up. Mr. Joka, utilities can be high though. So yeah, I can see $1,200 a month. Yeah, maybe I'm not going to be going after her for the utilities, but she could be doing something better. Notable China, almost $8,000 a month in Texas, and we are supposed to pay teachers more. Like, right? That's a lot of money, especially if you're a teacher, you're not working during the summer. You should be okay. You are one person. We're not even talking about what the husband makes. It's pretty crazy. Hapa nationalists, they for sure should be teaching people these basics. Ape for tendies, execute pedophiles, don't completely put your children in burqas and cages, right? Yeah, like I've like shown photos of my kids. I don't show my eldest daughter's face anymore just because she's kind of, she's older, she's more independent, and she does like activities and stuff. And especially with everything that happened with Tenet, like I get threats. I wouldn't want her to get any type of bad situations because of me, but like my baby, she's a baby. All babies look the same and she's never apart from me, so I'm like less scared about that, but I still will always be like, you should have put their faces online. It's like, why? Like, I bring my kid in public. How is that different? Like, it's not anything inappropriate that I'm posting anyway. That just frustrates me. Pog Dog, we got to stop lauding trashiness as a virtue. Very, very true. I don't foresee that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. Okay, so I have more super chats from Rumble, but for some reason, it's not showing up on StreamYard, so I'm just going to read it. 4 kids. Lauren, we've missed you so much. I thank you so much for that. If you guys aren't following me on X, by the way, I've been way more active on there. I enjoy X. It is toxic, but it's also pretty fun, especially since Elon took over. You can be a lot more open with stuff than you used to. Okay, let's look at another. Oh, this one's funny. This one so you guys may have seen this post. Here you go. Share this tab instead. This video. Tunde Onakoya, first Nigerian to play chess at the Louvre, the world's most prestigious museum. And then he's got like this video.
Great. Every child deserves a fair chance at greatness. Not because of where they come from, but by the dream they carry in their heart.
Yeah, the outfit is good. He looks pretty slick. Filmography, it's supposed to be empowering. Okay, that's enough of that. Here's the thing. This guy, it's not like there was any type of chess competition tournament. By the way, the Louvre, it's an art museum, so it's not really a place where they, from what I know, have chess games. So this is a Nigerian guy who, to be clear, just like went outside the Louvre and brought his own chess set and started playing against himself. And he's like lauding it as an accomplishment. And this got 40,000 likes. What? And people are congratulating him. I'm so proud of you. This is so proud of you. What? Like, this is weird.
Okay.
This is weird. And like, I'm sorry, I don't
Thank you.
understand.
Thank you,
This is
Chair.
really big in Black culture.
And Lauren.
Like claiming to be the first to do
Recovering.
something.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Of a
Bro, I had so much shit put away. But I got a bunch of snacks, dude. We're back. Her cam froze, biting her lip. No way.
It. I really don't understand it. Again,
No way. Run it back.
40,000 likes. Really, Black culture.
When?
This is weird. This is weird. I'm like, I'm sorry. This is really big of a Black heritage.
Okay,
like,
that's funny.
Being really proud of it. Like,
that's so funny, man.
First guy to sit outside and play chess in front of the museum. Really? I don't understand.
Bro, candy needs to be taxed.
Again, the 40,000
a tax write-off. Candy needs to be subsidized.
This is the thing. People are digging.
I'm
now
just
people
saying.
are making fun of him. But apparently this guy
Also,
isn't even good at
pizza
chess.
Pringles.
Like, he's not a grandmaster. He hasn't won any championships.
Totally good.
He like just teaches kids how to play chess. Apparently not that well. Really weird. I don't understand it. And I don't mean to be a bully about it. Good for him, I guess. You are in France. But aside from that, I don't understand. Okay, here's another one. So something that really frustrates.
Oh my gosh, just review the candy before you eat them. Then it's content. And you write, holy shit, you're a genius. What the? Dude, Kokichi, you need to be a CPA or something. That's so true. I really like that one. That was I think that was a banana flavored one, I want to say. It has a rich banana taste to the Mamba. The Mamba there had a very banana-esque flavor to it, you know? It was giving banana.
And steal all types of things, which like Canadian suburbs shouldn't be a thing. But the thing is, there are people who don't know how to conduct themselves in a civilized society, and because of that,
tastes like a natural
lower
banana,
the standard of living
like a real
for
banana.
everybody. And we see it with people who you know, are taking advantage of free
This
breakfast at
shit is
hotels. I don't know if you guys
bananas.
have seen those
Yeah.
videos, but it's like a trend on social media. Go to a hotel you're not staying at and just eat their free breakfast.
Show the
and
box
leave.
and the wrappers.
So basically, you're stealing breakfast, and
No
now
box.
hotels are probably going to stop offering free breakfast because so many people are
The
doing that.
delicious
These are the same people, by
Mamba
the way, who
banana.
made endless shrimp go away at Red Lobster because only one person would order the endless shrimp and pay for it, and then, like, they'd be sharing with the other people at the table. It's just like, it's trashy behavior. It's ghetto behavior. It's the type of behavior that you don't have in a nice, high trust society. But when people start to exploit that high
That's
trust
what
society,
black
all of a sudden
people.
it becomes
That's
low trust. Like, we're
genius,
seeing
dude.
that
That's what black people
increasingly
were doing
in the West. It's heartbreaking. This is another example of it. Man shows how he gets 2 TVs from Target by using
Dude.
banana stickers. This is why we can't have nice things. And it's saying, like, to even
the
think
Mamba
of doing
Pocky?
this, it would never occur
No,
to
I mean
me
the.
to try to. That's
Bro,
just
why is
amazing.
it going into the lowest quality
Okay.
possible?
So yeah, that really frustrates me, and I'm not even coming at this.
Time for
from
the
point of,
Daily White
I need to
Monster review.
protect. I don't know.
Oh,
Target.
the White Monster
some
today is
mega
tasting
corporation. It's just like
white.
people doing this make everybody's lives worse. Like, I don't like having to go get a sales associate to unlock the hair conditioner or the laundry detergent. Like, I don't like that. But it's because of people like this. Like, they're not just hurting the corporations, they're hurting all of us. That's
Bitches
the
living
thing.
in the hood.
That's why it's so frustrating. And again, it doesn't need to be like this. Like, it didn't used to be like this, even in big cities in America. You just actually have to throw people who do stuff like this in jail. Crazy concept. Like in Hong Kong, there are signs everywhere that shoplifting will, like, you could spend, I think, 20 years in jail just for shoplifting. Whereas you go somewhere like San Francisco, I don't even think they do anything unless it's above a certain amount. It's just insanity. So you can't act surprised when this type of behavior increases when you're literally not punishing it. Darth Anon. Lauren, thoughts on the Israeli-sanctioned gay pride celebration taking place at the Dead Sea, formerly the location of Sodom and Gomorrah? Yeah, I'm not really into gay pride celebrations.
Hey, Lauren, what do you think about Israel?
I don't understand why some conservatives act like, oh, Israel's having a
The
gay
Rumble view count is fake. The chat is dead. Is that true? Yep.
Isn't that amazing? They're
Classic.
the only country in the region doing that. And it's like, I mean, obviously, I don't think gay people should be murdered, but I also am not a fan of gay pride celebrations.
The
I don't think
Rumble
it's a
user base are
positive
just the
thing. I don't
worst
think it's
too. They're
the
so
way that
stupid.
society should be going, especially if we subsidize
Boomer
said
Rumble.
society with our taxes.
Asshole.
Yeah, it's really weird how, like, conservatives will kind of, like, play both sides. of it.
Nick
Like,
loves his pride
isn't it great
celebrations.
that they're like, pro-gay?
Good
This
one,
is definitely
Boomer
why they're
Rumble.
like Westerns. Like, you would not say that about any other society as a positive thing. I'm sorry, but you wouldn't.
Jimmer, do you see this? What's this? Reminder that David released an animated music video of him killing Celeste in the video 2 years before he killed her. Sir, is this a music video of you killing the victim? Bro, black people are just so gay and corny. It's crazy. Like, what am I even watching right now? What is this dog shit? Black people's idea of anime is so bad. I know. They are just so retarded. That was so funny. So I'm just picking out on candy. My bad. My bad. Damn, that shit's hilarious.
So many leftist liberal accounts glazing Japan. Oh, it's so great. It's so safe. I love it. I love how it's so cool.
She got
it's so
animosity
proper.
against
It's
the
like,
Japanese.
America could literally have all of this. It used to. In some places, it still does. But here's the thing. It would mean enforcing policies that you hate. And that's
Forgive
what
the
really
Japanese.
drives me crazy about the liberal obsession with Japan.
Forgive
and
the
I did a whole
Japanese.
post on this on X, and a lot of weebs got mad at me for it.
Yeah,
Progressive ones,
leftists do
of
not
course,
like
but
Japan. That's
the liberals love everything about Japan that
They
hate
don't.
about America. That
They-
it is,
I've
honestly,
never
a
heard
pretty
them glaze
conservative
it.
society. That it's patriarchal. That it's extremely anti-immigrant. It's tough on crime. Like all of those things that they hate about America.
I will never
and that
forgive
they
the
oppose
Japanese.
vociferously.
Forgive them,
When it
Kokichi.
comes to Japan, they love all of its outcomes. But
Try
they,
this
see,
sativa,
they
bro.
don't realize that it's not just that Japan happens to be safe and clean and orderly. There's no magic soil growing around Mount Fuji that makes it that way. It's actually because the Japanese, they're kind of sticklers. It's true. They are sticklers. I mean, to the extreme. And like we could have all that in the West. It would just mean being a little bit mean to criminals.
Wrong thing.
And we could have it. And some places like in America still do. I want to be careful here because obviously not all of America is New York, is San Francisco.
Gosh, what
but
happened?
Too much of it is. Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people were just kind of. I have a complex situationship with Japan. Like I'm Chinese. That's a thing. I spent some time in Japan. It was a mixed experience, but yeah, I do appreciate how orderly.
Forgive Japan. Forgive Japan. She's reading.
It's in the blood.
She's reading
of the
the
people.
chat.
Homogenous society. Yeah, social order is a good thing. I agree. Forgive Japan. We'll see. I kid. Like on the one hand,
Did
yes, it
Nanking
is an
really happen?
intergenerational feud, but it's like I'm very modern. I wouldn't dislike a specific Japanese individual because they're Japanese, but like
That's
being
very liberal
in Japan, honestly,
and tolerant of
speaking
you.
some Chinese, like I've never felt so
Thank
unwelcome
you.
as a foreigner, which is like, hey, their prerogative. I was just a visitor. They don't have to want me
She's
there. But it's
speaking
like,
Chinese there?
yeah, I've like never felt that hostility as a tourist.
Why are you speaking Chinese in Japan?
Unless you guys want like a 20-minute spiel about how everything that people like about Japanese was actually originally Chinese, like green tea, cherry blossoms, whatever. We are moving on. We have
Dude,
this
forgive
from Kamala
Japan,
Harris.
bro.
She's back to being
Relax.
black. I love her. She's a racial chameleon to whatever is most
Bro,
opportunistic.
did I
politically.
not? I literally just dug that up. Like it was so thinly veiled. There's like thinly veiled animosity towards Japan. And then you point it out and then boom, and they strike. You can watch
Black
it.
women need to be more willing to say, "I'ma get mine," or something. Let's go.
I think it's okay for us to be a bit transactional too. And to say, I'm gonna get mine also.
Oh.
And so don't count on me to be a voter and be the backbone of the Democratic Party, because it is my value system and my ethics
Her
and
dad
my
hates
sense of
Japan.
civic duty and responsibility, so that you look at me and say, oh, they're gonna vote. I think it's
okay. So
Cooker. Oh, hell yeah, honey. I like how you wrote that.
Like we discussed,
honey.
I'm not trying to be a hater here. I don't consider myself a hater. But then people like Kamala Harris say stuff like this, and like I can't help it. Like
That's so true. It's woke.
Do you really think like that's how society works? That is like,
Bro, I'm addicted to
black
candy. I
woman
have to stop.
acting selflessly, just symbol of civic-minded duty. The most dependable.
I can't even
like,
speak with this.
I mean, maybe if you're a Democrat politician, you think of them that way because they'll like to borrow
So
a Nancy
citrusy.
Pelosi phrase, vote for a glass of water if it had a D on it.
Lord.
But like have some self-awareness.
Kamala, because he's a nagger. Hail Allah.
It's the
Hail
constant
Islam.
gaslighting about the black community, especially black women. That's what bothers me. Kamala saying that they need to be more comfortable saying, I'm gonna get mine. We also see the left constantly trying to prop up the stat that black women are like the most educated group. That's not true, by the way. What they're talking about is that black women are seeing the biggest increase percentage-wise in the number of people who are college graduates, which is great. I think it's largely due to affirmative action, but like whatever. Trying to spin that as you're the most
Why is she
educated group when
hating?
you're like
Why she gotta be hating on them, huh?
objectively not.
Like, does anyone actually believe that Black women
It's Asians.
are more educated as a group than like
Chinese?
Asian men? No, of course not. But
The
we can't really
Chinese.
say anything about it because then you're going to be
Chinese
called
are most
racist. Like, yeah, for the
educated.
purposes of keeping your job, people will accept that, yeah, sure, Black women are the most educated.
I
group, but
love
it's
how
like
personal it is when the Asians
the
are
amount of delusion
getting mad at
that comes from this. Again, have
It's
some
so
self-awareness.
funny.
Like, what percentage of Black women
Mm.
are on welfare food stamps? I think it's like something like the
Bro,
majority
Asian women
of Black
hate
women
Black
with college
people, for
degrees
real.
work for the government.
Like they
which is like, I mean,
unironically have
basically
like a
just busy work.
strong hatred.
Like,
for
how is
Blacks.
that different than reparations? We're paying these people to be bureaucrats for issues that don't need bureaucracy. It's basically just a federal jobs program for the Black community. Like, have some self-awareness. Like, if you're going to take all of this stuff, that's, I guess, go ahead. But like, don't simultaneously walk around with a chip on your shoulder as if you're the pillars of the community. It's insane. That's insane.
That's so true.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Like, so this segment basically does have a theme. It's just fatigue. Here, new man films himself walking into a
Racism.
Chipotle and stealing all the silverware, napkins, and hot sauce. This is why we can't have nice things.
The racism segment.
Who would even think to do this?
Y'all know me. I would take this, please. Thank you. I would take that, please. Thank you. You gotta grab a whole bunch out of each one, just because you want to make it even. And then I'm going. One more soup ain't gonna hurt.
Dog, those cost $3.99 for more than that.
And a pile of these. If somebody
That's insane.
Take a pile of these. I gotta keep some of these.
Like, all right, you're getting takeout. You grab a few extra napkins, like whatever. But there's like, this is what I'm talking about.
Hold on, hold that thought. Wait, no, we gotta hear
High trust
racism.
societies until they're no longer high trust. So now, because everyone's doing this, apparently, you're not going to be able to just pick up a fork and have your meal. You're actually going to need to wait until the staff give you a fork, and if you drop it, you have to ask for another one, and it's going to be worse for everybody because there are people like this stealing. And again, like, they always film themselves doing it. Like, if you're going to do it, at least try to hide it, because that means that you have some sense of right and wrong.
Okay, is this a troll? Is this like a jughead?
Even if you're doing it anyway, but
is this a jughead? This guy says, "Sorry, I'm not focused on what anyone else is saying. I'm only focused on you, Lauren. You've always been pretty on point with your wordism." Samantha Frank Pink lock in. Bro's got a Sam Frank sub. That's crazy. Is that real? Is that like Traxy?
Apparently
she's reading
a couple months after it went public, and there we go.
She's reading.
See you later was basically
Damn, Lauren
what
Chen
the
is
FBI
hot.
told me, but the chip on my shoulder from the FBI investigation is that they still have not returned the bank account.
Bro, we got it.
The contents of the bank account.
Guys. She opened this with being nice to Nick. She's like pro Groiper, okay? We got to go write normal chats for her to react to, because she's having to like pull the worst ones out. She's having to like to keep cooking.
I mean, essentially,
go ask real questions. Go ask real questions.
To him,
someone go ask real questions.
You can try to sue the government for your money back, even though it's not illegal for them to take it, by the way. Like, forfeiture is part of law. They legally can just take your stuff, depending on the circumstances. But you can sue to potentially get it back, but you're not guaranteed to get it back. And you could spend as much money as they have seized from you with no guarantee. So according to my lawyer, he does not advise us trying to take them to court, especially when we already have so many legal fees, not even having gone to court. So we are trying to get in touch with people at the DOJ who might be able to help us. If you know anyone at the DOJ, let me know.
The jugheads.
There are people we've spoken to.
Lots of jugheads
who would be willing to help us, but it's Leviathan.
Lots of jugheads.
There are people who want to help us, but they may or may not have authority over people who don't want to help us, and they may not be the right person, the right department. It really is. It's a headache. And I wouldn't wish having to deal with this whole fiasco on literally anybody.
Wow.
Fidget guy, her lawyer is a libtard. She should fire her lawyer. I think my lawyer, he's like a blue dog Democrat.
Do you guys think I still have a chance?
I don't think he's a bad guy, and I
Lauren
don't think
Chen,
the advice he's giving
the
me is
honest
wrong.
gang?
It would be very easy for him to say, let's take them to court. I'm going to keep charging you.
Right.
But like, what happens if we don't win? And then I'm just out hundreds of thousands of more dollars in legal fees. He's pragmatic. I would love to get my bank account back.
Good point.
Still hope that it will happen, but I'm realistic.
You should get a
about
white
what
conservative
exactly taking
lawyer.
the federal government to
You should
court
get a
means.
Chud lawyer. You should hire
The
Shire
goated
Goy.
Duke, she's my number one conservative crush for a reason. Even Greg Gutfeld never invites her on his Gutfeld show, probably because he's afraid of her. Okay, I'm assuming if you're talking about me, I actually have been on Gutfeld
please,
before.
someone write more chats than that.
Was I on once or
Someone
twice?
give
I've
her
been on
normal
before, but
chats,
that was
guys.
before COVID.
This is brutal.
And at one point, Fox invited me back
Guys,
during COVID.
this
but I
is
told
brutal.
them that I wasn't.
She's
I didn't get the
got to
jab,
read these because
and
there's
I,
no other
never heard
chats.
from them again because I think they
What?
did for a while mandate that you had to be.
What did she miss?
You had to have gotten the jab for you to come into their studio. So, yeah,
Lauren, who is your
not great.
favorite political
Jakey3,
commentator
what are your
right
thoughts
now?
on French Canadians? I know some of us can be a-holes. So my grandmother is actually French Canadian, and so my mom is like half French Canadian. Her dad's side was
We just gotta ask her
Irish,
fucking
but she's
NPC
French
questions.
mother tongue.
Just to be nice.
So, I've lived in Quebec. I used to live in
Ask when the
Saint-Lazare,
Butson
if you know
collab
where
is
that
happening.
It's like past the West Island. It's kind of the boonies, or at least it was when I was living there. It's not anymore. I hate so much about Quebec politics, but for me, Montreal will always be like home partly. Not even Montreal, like West Island. I used to live in Pointe-Claire, Dorval, that area.
Whoa.
And yeah, Saint-Lazare. It's beautiful. The food in Montreal is amazing. I mean, there's a lot that I love about French Canadian culture. But it's just the politics is really hard to wrap my head around.
Am I still in Roblox?
I have a friend from Canada that doesn't like French Canadians. It's kind of a joke in Canada how everyone doesn't like the French Canadians.
That's not a
And,
joke. They
it's
are
almost
like
how
seethers about
Americans, by and large, might joke
about
about how
them.
they don't like Californians or New Yorkers. Oh, Grant7942. Did you talk about Wasians on today's show? No, I did not. I wanted to. Okay, 1 second. Let me get out what I wanted to talk about.
Dude, it keeps freezing like this.
No, Wasians is like a portmanteau of white and Asian. When I was younger, in Asia, they used to call people who were mixed, half Asian, half white, Eurasian. I've heard people say Hapa as well. I mean, I don't know. It seems like Wasian has been winning in terms of what's the common parlance
definitely
for it.
Hapa.
I don't care. Call me whatever. But Wasians as a group have kind of been in the media more lately. I think especially since Eileen Gu and Elisa Leo were in the Olympics. So Eileen Gu, she's kind of that infamous skier because she was born in America to a Chinese mom and a white dad, though I don't think her dad grew up, was in the picture when she was growing up. And so she caused controversy by being raised
her
in the
dad's a
States and being
bum
trained with all these
based.
American trainers. But then when it came
Low-key
time for her to
based.
compete at the Olympics, I think when she was 18 or even younger, she chose to ski not for America, but for China. I'm not a sports person. I'm not into
Fucking
the Olympics. And as someone who has dual nationalities, I've never really understood the hatred for Eileen Gu, especially since she, by the way, is not the only Olympic athlete who was like.
I thought it
has
was the
dual
other way
citizenship and
around.
Had to choose.
I thought
one
it was
country
like-
or another. But she's gotten a lot of flack here. By the way, this is what she looks like, and I think it is relevant because
Hello,
she is,
everyone.
I mean,
Welcome to the channel, Mad
probably one
Matt,
of
the
the prettiest women
Philippines,
that I've
with
ever
another
seen.
Roll Ranch.
Oh,
She's
it finally
gorgeous. She is
finally
also
loaded.
a model, by the way. Is that affecting my views
Bro,
toward
she-
her? Perhaps.
Uh,
She's easy on the eyes, but so
not
she
really.
is
No,
a very
what?
notable Wasian who's getting a lot of
She is right there.
News coverage.
The other
and
ones
so
are
was
insane.
Elisa Liu.
Those other pictures
And
were
so
insane.
Elisa Liu, she's
Dude, that bitch has a face that only looks good in like a ski helmet. That was Did you see that? Did you see that? That bitch had like a face where, like, when she's in a ski helmet, it looks good because like this part looks really good. But when you can see this, it's like the whole front of the face is like coming forward like that. That was crazy.
but it's true.
Click
They
the
absolutely do.
link.
There are reports that China tried to sway her, try to entice her to compete for them at the Olympics, but she turned it down. And her Chinese parents is actually her father, not her mother. And it's actually really strange because
Her dad hates
it
China or
kind of
something,
seems
right?
like both Eileen Gu and Elisa or Alyssa, I think it's Elisa
Did
Leo,
you, like, flee?
are like surrogate babies. Their white parent is not in their lives at all. And actually, Elisa Leo's dad, he has like 5 different
We keep
kids.
this ski helmet
We're
on
all
in bed.
surrogates. He's
Yeah.
a single dad.
Neat.
He gave
Yeah.
an interview where he was talking about how he always knew he wanted to be a dad, but didn't want to wait until he was married
Right.
because he was like getting older and still wasn't married, I guess. Anyway, so there was almost kind of like a Wasian rivalry narrative in the media because on the one hand, Eileen Gu is competing for China, Alyssa Liu, she's competing for America. You have the white mother, Asian father mix for Leo, but you have the white father, Asian mother mix for Eileen Gu.
Whoa.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. And the reason why I bring this up is because I saw this post.
There's a rivalry right
Where
now.
did it go? Come on. I need to bring it up again. Sorry, guys. And again, I don't know if I only get served this content because like I'm Wasian and Google knows that. Here we go.
That is why.
But yeah, there's a bit of a Wasian civil war on social.
You think she
media,
did it?
Amongst Wasians? The delineating line seems to be whether your dad or your
dad
mom
protested
is
against the
white one. See, when I meet another
CP
Asian,
and had to
but
flee.
they're
Yeah, that's what I
Asian dad,
thought.
white mom mix, and I'm Asian mom, white dad mixed. And so obviously in the West, Asian mom, white dad is the most common.
Right.
But funnily enough, and I was reading about this, in China, it's actually more common for the men to have foreign wives than it is
That's
for
because
the
there
women
are
to have
more
foreign
men than
husbands.
there are.
And that's partly because because of like the one child policy and a lot of Chinese couples preferring to have like boys. There's actually a surplus of men in China, especially like a generation of a certain age who are actually kind of coming into like marrying and childhood age now. So there's
They're
extra
buying
men,
African
and so a lot
women
of men
for that,
are having to like, go
unironically.
abroad to find wives or like, meet people online and then like bring the wife to live in China. So it's really interesting. I thought that was kind of curious because in the West and even a lot in like most Asian countries, it's always the women or mostly the women who's Asian. But in China, that's kind of starting, that narrative or that trend is starting to change just because of the gender dynamics that were kind of caused by the one child policy. But I digress. Yeah, we have the comments that were on Instagram. As an Asian dad Wasian, I'm superior to all you white dad Wasians. Asian dad, white mom.
Ethically
means it was
sourced.
ethical, LOL. Ethically sourced Wasians.
Ethically
Asian dad, white
sourced
mom is kind
tapas.
of elite. The dad always be putting out for their family, and the mom
Okay.
It's not just a fetish.
I mean,
Asian
on
dad,
average,
white mom is far more superior.
on
So-
average, they're probably right
Okay,
though,
so,
because
like,
it's
for
way
the
harder for an
record,
Asian guy
I
to
do not
pull
think that it is inherently unethical
white bitch.
for an Asian woman to be with a white guy. Growing up in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Shanghai, I knew
Like a white guy
there were
barely
a
has to do
lot
anything
of
to get
my
a fucking Asian
classmates
girl.
who were mixed, and they had an Asian mom and a white dad, and it's not as if like the mom,
Chinese guy's gotta, like,
poor village girl who was
I don't
exploited
even
by a
know,
wealthy
like $1
husband
billion.
because she wanted to escape poverty and was willing to do whatever to like. No, these women were educated. They were professionals themselves. They had master's degree. Like to try to simplify all Asian woman white man couples.
Yeah,
is
and
just
well, I just mean
economic
attractiveness
exploitation,
wise
fetish.
though.
Like it's actually kind of
Middling
offensive
intellect.
as an Asian woman. Like Asian women have agency. By and large, they're actually like one of the most educated groups in America. So more than capable of choosing their own partners. But I do think it's funny how like I've seen subreddits dedicated to like the difference between how
I would say
an
though,
Asian or a Asian with a white mom versus dad would like how the Asian parent makes a
Okay.
difference. And I've seen people talk about
the Asian mom thing's true, but
identity
the
issues.
kind of white woman though that's gonna marry a rich Asian though is also gonna be insane. So it's skewed both ways regardless, I think.
Growing up. But I think
Because
that's
like,
because I had a very
because like the majority of white women that would marry them are gonna
grew
be
up in Hong Kong.
usually very materialistic because they'll be doing it because of materials and like more than average. So they'll be insane for a different reason.
Touch with one side of my heritage
So
or the
yeah,
other
I mean, but both ways.
because I was in touch with both. But you know, getting old.
Fuck.
It's not
I'm
a
using an
separate
auto
experience,
clicker.
and I do think that you know, if you are mixed race and you are totally cut off from one side of your culture, or even if you're a third
No, like the
culture
women,
kid,
the
like,
white
I
women
totally see how
that I
that
met
could
though that are like
alienating and
married
how you
to
could
Asian
struggle
men
with
are
identity
like, I mean,
issues.
they're just like whores. They're just
So,
like insane whores. They're like cheating on them.
That's just something that I've become increasingly aware
So it's
of,
like
how
you
my
kind of have a
situation
whore
is maybe
mom
not representative.
or a mean
And
mom.
that's not to say that I think every mixed kid is going to have identity issues, but it's just like if you are in a situation where your child is mixed, I highly recommend trying to make sure that they feel like they understand both sides of who they are. You know, put
White
them in
women are
Chinese
nowhere
school,
near
like,
as
actually
materialistic as
take
Asian
them to
women.
visit,
Yeah, that's true.
parts of
But what I'm
their
saying
heritage,
is
like
it's
if you're
selecting
part
for the
Asian
most
or part
material,
whatever,
like
like
it's
actually go to that
selecting,
place so they can appreciate the culture that they come
and
from.
it's also like
I
a
think,
different
you know,
kind of
trying to
materialism.
expect
It's like
your kid to just accept the fact that they look different without any explanation behind why it might, depending on the kid, you know, I could see how it could cause questions for them. Huasian Blasian. So Blasians are not a very common mix. Asians usually, if it's a mix, they tend to go with Caucasians, but I have met several Blasians. And I find it's harder to tell a Blasian than it is a Wasian. I have good Wasian dar. I can usually like clock somebody if they're mixed. It's harder if the mix is Chinese or like Asian and black though. Grant 7942. I find it more annoying
so that doesn't
Western
happen,
Asian women
but
get a white husband/boyfriend and then say the most progressive stuff and complain about their spouse being white. I agree. So like what really I find so interesting is how
Thomas Sample's
liberal
Quest.
a lot of Western
Jimbo WTF
Asians
is a
are.
Wasian
And I've
versus
thought
a
about this
Blasian?
a lot because, you know, be back in Asia, people are
you
not
actually
woke.
asking?
Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't fly. No one in Japan or
You
Hong Kong,
listening?
like, very few people are like, yeah, pro-immigration, you have 57 genders, blah, blah. Like, that's not a thing in Asia. So why is it that, especially like you have these young westernized Asians, why are they so woke? Couple of reasons that
Why
I
are
can
they
think
woke?
of. Number one, Asians tend to cluster around urban areas, metropolitan cities like
Yeah, that's
LA,
true.
New York, Chicago, which are overwhelmingly woke. So if you're a Chinese or whatever Asian immigrant, you're probably going to go to a city because you don't like minorities just like love cities. Very few of them live rural. You're probably going to go to city. It's going to be woke there. You're going to send your kid to like whatever public school or a good school.
Ooh,
Asians
what's
have high
that?
trust in institutions. That
It's
institution
Easter
is likely to
Island.
be woke AF. And so your kid is basically going to be brainwashed. And you know, I think a lot of Asian parents are too trusting in institutions. They don't realize it, and their kid turns out like really weird and liberal.
Bungee Gum sent $3.
See you, Bungee Gum.
Yeah, and it's really sad to see.
Hold that thought, Lauren. You're being cut off for a second. Okay. Back to this.
Have recovered millions of assets illegally seized by the U.S. Department of Justice. Please reach out to them. I think I may have already, or my mom may have. I will try to reach out again. Like, that's the thing. Like, before like we came back public, we actually tried reaching out to some lawyers and things like that, because I really was hoping before I came back that everything to do with the FBI would be settled. I thought that would be a better way to come back, like with closure. This is all done. We can put it behind us. But the thing is, because there was no corresponding press release by the DOJ to announce, hey, case is closed, they ain't do it, there was still like a lot of people who probably didn't know what was going on with us until we had to come forward and say, by the way, it's over. So there were people we tried to reach out to for help, solving all of these ongoing problems as a result of the investigation, who like never got back to us. And I don't know if it's because they just don't like us or because they thought they didn't know that it was closed and that everything was kind of said and done. So yeah, but trust me, I don't want to give up on like literally our life savings that were just taken by the government. So yeah, I will definitely try reaching out to
Fishing game, but it's baddies. That probably exists.
So yeah,
Not gonna lie.
Those are my thoughts on Wasians. Yes, Faceless Bounty Hunter says the Stop Asian Hate stuff was so crazy when they said it was because of white supremacy. Yeah, and I really lost respect for.
Don't call it a comeback unless she's got to come on her.
People who were like outspoken Asian activists that like weren't even.
They were listening to this Eminem.
But there were a lot of Asian celebrities who, when COVID happened, were all like,
I lost so much respect for Jackie Chan.
But then, like, as soon as the videos came out, as
Jackie
to who exactly
Chan
was
really let me
assaulting
down.
Asians, like they backed off real quick. It's like, I see. It's I guess Stop Asian Hate, as long as it doesn't mean upsetting Black people and therefore Hollywood and therefore your paycheck. Understood. All right. So here we go. Sorry. Anyway, guys, this was a lot of fun.
Fuck off, Eminem.
As I said,
you
thank
fucking
you so much
asshole.
for tuning in. Like, if you are watching this right now, first stream back after a year and a half, new platforms,
dude, we
platforms
all
like Kick that I've never been on, or Rumble and Facebook that were in my main focus. I literally cannot thank you enough for being here. We're going to be doing these streams 3 times a week. Tuesday,
what's your
Thursday,
Kick channel?
Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Lauren
so I
Chen?
hope I see you again soon. And if you're not already, make sure you're following me on socials, because I'm going to be having like announcements as to like what else is going on there. And yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you real soon.
Wow, that was so nice. What a fun little stream. Okay, next you do OnlyFans. Who this? New Groypers don't even know, bruh. New Groypers don't even know the mommy happa.